Morning, everybody. So this is a quick video on living with a cheap dump truck, one you can afford. This is International S1900. I'll do a little walk around here. So when I bought this truck, it was not able to move on its own. Needed a clutch. Needed some TLC. There was a little bit of cab rot issues behind the front wheel, which is really common with these trucks, as maybe you've seen some of my other videos. Needed a fuel tank, front tires, some paint, just, some TLC. And it's been pretty good. It's just a little single axle, 33,000 truck, but 1988 is the year on this with a DT 466, the tried and true International. It's been great. I mean, I don't run it every single day. I wash it off when I get it dirty. I check it over pretty thorough often. Make sure, if there's anything going wrong, that I catch it quick. And, I can pull my excavators, can pull payloader with it. None of my equipment is too big yet. Kind of just getting started a little bit in this business. And who knows, maybe we won't really get that big, But, yeah, it came with these nice aluminum rims, so that was cool. Front and rear. The exterior rim on the rear, obviously. Added this aluminum tank because the other tank was leaky, of course, rotten. This is a heated body, so as you can see, the exhaust there's a valve to switch it to heat the body because it was an asphalt truck. So technically you shouldn't be smashing rocks into it, but I'm not really doing that. Mostly just dirt, topsoil, maybe some smaller rocks. But yeah, added a toolbox. I got a little shovel holder there so I can clean out the back of the truck, or clean out underneath the excavator or whatever. Just you can never have too many hand tools kicking around. Added some blinky lights to the top of the mirrors for unloading and loading, in the road and slow moving vehicle. It helps. Couple extra mirrors there, so you can see right up close to me in the blind spot there. Yeah, it's a short truck, but people still get in your blind spot. And when I'm pulling my 20-foot trailer behind it here, it's still got to be able to see what's going on. So, had to work on the tailgate a little bit. That was a little bit dented up. You can see some of the dents and stuff in the tailgate here. I didn't do that. That was when I bought it. It was like that. So we had to add a hitch plate. And the hitch was on here, believe it or not, but it wasn't mounted. I can't imagine somebody actually towed a trailer with that, but added the hitch plate, and so that came out good. It's a air tailgate, air latches, which seems to be working fine. I mean, whatever. It's air, but it's fine. Got a hydraulic. Its own little power unit, hydraulic 12-volt power unit that works on the tarp here. I guess those aren't common anymore because the unit is in the cab. And I don't know, people don't like it in the cab, I guess, because of leakage or whatever. But it came with it, so I'm going to use it. But yeah, added some wheel chocks there, just in case you got to chock the wheel so it doesn't roll away on you. Really, that's kind of it. You've seen the other videos with the repairs and how those came out. So yeah, came with the air horn, sun visor, don't really need that, but it was on there. So fancy pinstriping was also on it. I've been real happy with it. So the whole point of my video was, if you're thinking about or considering a cheaper truck, these International S1900s are a dime a dozen, kind of. They're old, but they're still on the road, they're still working. Parts, I suppose, are getting harder to find. I mean, I haven't really had any issues yet. I'm sure I will. We use this type of truck on our farm here for 30 years. So, it's not a heavyweight truck, but it does the job just fine. So you want some honest numbers, probably. I paid $7,000 for this truck. Broken. Had to be trailered to my place. Right, kind of as it sits, just a little bit of additions I put on it here and there. So I didn't think that was too bad. The reason I pulled the trigger was because the frame is just immaculate. It's in great shape. So, you know, even though that little bit of rot behind the wheel, it wasn't a deal breaker. And you know, with the other stuff we had to do to it, I think we're probably 10 or 11,000 in it right now, which isn't too bad for a little dump truck. To be honest with you, I don't even expect to be able to make that back this summer with, you know, just the truck working itself, to be able to make that back. I don't think I can probably get that much work out of it, because it is a little truck, and a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to hire a little truck. However, if you're doing a little driveway, you don't need a big truck, or you can't get a big truck in there. So, you know, this isn't necessarily the truck that I wanted to buy. I did want a 10-wheeler, but you know, it's hard to find those, especially one that's decent and isn't pounded into the ground. I'm still looking all the time, but you know, you got to start somewhere, and I'm a firm believer in, you know, affording what you can and not borrowing money and all that. You know, I realize sometimes you need to borrow money to go forward, but I'm kind of in a position where I don't want to or need to borrow serious amounts of money to start another little business here. So, yeah. So if you're considering a small truck, you know, take a look at the S1900. It's not a bad deal.